welcome to Emma's ESL English. As I mentioned yesterday, we are doing 3 or 4 full days of Harry Potter. Today we're moving on to some phrases that are used in these few pages at the beginning of the book. You probably know some of these phrases. All of these things are not magical. The only magical word of all of these was muggle yesterday. So they're not specifically magical words or phrases, and they are words and phrases that are used regularly by native speakers. So hopefully they're useful. Okay, first one. It is said that Dursley just didn't hold with such nonsense. So, just didn't hold with such nonsense. If he was saying it himself, he would say, I just don't hold with such nonsense. Which sounds really weird, and it's definitely a very strange way of using hold. In this case, I just don't hold with something means I just don't agree with it. So just didn't hold with such nonsense means he just doesn't agree with something that he sees as being nonsense or stupid. Number 2, they didn't think they could bear it. That's B-E-A-R, by the way. They didn't think they could bear it. If we don't think we can bear something, it means we don't think we can cope with or deal with something. So something difficult is happening, and we don't think we can continue to live through that difficulty. Either we want to escape from the situation or talk our way out of it or something. But they didn't think they could bear it, so they couldn't cope with it any longer. Somebody is described as a good-for-nothing. A good-for-nothing is someone who is useless. Exactly as it sounds. We think that they are not good for anything. So it's very commonly used to describe people who are homeless, who are unemployed, or maybe couldn't pass exams. So it could be used to describe young people who are not living up to expectations. They could be, a parent could say, you good for nothing. To have a tantrum. This is really good if you've got kids, especially 2-year-olds. My niece is 2.5 and she has tantrums. She's actually really good, but she's 2, so of course she has tantrums. Tantrum is when we see a small child on the ground screaming and throwing their fists around. It's very often, especially in children, nothing logical has happened. There's no reason why they're having a tantrum, or if there is a reason, it's often a very stupid reason. But grown-ups can have tantrums too. If you have someone in your life who screams and shouts about something, or when they don't get their way, really makes a fuss, maybe they get angry, maybe they throw things, maybe they shout at people, then we could say they're throwing a tantrum to get their own way. So we can throw a tantrum and we can have a tantrum. Next one, a trick of the light. It was a trick of the light. We often talk about this when we think we've seen something, but it turns out that wasn't the thing that we saw. It's a way for us to explain how our brain processed that thing incorrectly. So maybe we looked and we thought we saw somebody, but no, that's not them, that's somebody totally different. So we can say, oh, it was a trick of the light. Usually when we talk about somebody being driven out of their mind, it means that they're feeling really crazy about something. However, we can also use it when some idea or something is pushed out of our mind and replaced with something else. In the book, it says, on the edge of town, drills were driven out of his mind by something else. So he's been thinking about drills this whole time, and then something happens and he's not thinking about drills anymore. He's thinking about that thing instead. If we put it into a different context, she was driven out of her mind by fright, then it means that she was kind of driven crazy. She wasn't herself anymore because she was so scared. And the last one for today, the get-ups you saw. Okay, this is when Mr. Dursley is looking at some of the wizards walking about in the street with their cloaks on. And so in this case, he's describing them as looking really crazy, looking really stupid as they're walking around. So when someone uses get up like this, there's a hyphen in the middle of a get up in this case. The get ups you saw, the get ups you see. The get up means the outfit that you're wearing. So today we saw a guy with a really crazy hairstyle. If he had also had crazy outfit on, then I could have said, what a get up, meaning look at his outfit. So the get ups you saw is the usually not conforming to societal expectations outfits. So it's something that you don't normally see. I guess it works a lot if it's Halloween, but if you're seeing something that you would expect to see on Halloween, but it's the middle of July, then we could say, what a get up. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, you can email me at emmaseslenglish@gmail.com. You can also head over to the website at emmaseslenglish.com, and you can put your questions underneath the blog if you have some there as well. Great to see you. Have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.